Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy Tuesday, the whatever it is of September. Nice to see you here. Check this out. Fancy new camera. Woo-hoo-hoo! I've just plugged it in. I'm really sorry that today's stream is late. We have a toddler who is 3.5 and he is definitely 3.5. That was all I will say. So we had a bit of a meltdown just before, so I'm a little bit late and I'm a little bit flustered, and I plugged everything in and I hope it works okay. The image looks okay. Oh no. Ricey in the chat, hello to the chat by the way, says need cheering up after watching Boris. Oh god. Oh god. Anyway, this is going to be a happy hour. We're not even going to think about any of that stuff until we're going to look back at some old work and just have some fun, have some nice times. I hope you're all good. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is keeping well and safe. My week so far is going good. I've taken some work off of, taking some time off of work as my schedule is a little bit clear to work on my own stuff. So I'm sort of taking it as holiday, but I'm working on my own stuff, some film commissioning things. So that's really fun. Nice to get some proper time to get stuck into that, which is great. I had a very exciting delivery today. Oh, look at that bad boy. Yeah. My good friend that was rad.com. I bought a mystery box from him and he sent me the goods. Sent me the good stuff. Look at all these great things. So it's been nice. It's been nice reliving my youth and having, playing with the toys that I didn't have as a kid. And Sully, my son, has straight away got his eyes on all of this bad boy stuff. So yeah, big thank you to that was rad.com for hooking me up with that good stuff. What else? I had a really nice chat with the guys at Editor X yesterday, web platform, because I'm going to be redoing my site soon because it just needs a bit of updating, and just as luck would have it, just got Editor X, the guys there got in contact and we just had a nice little video chat yesterday. So I'm hopefully going to be building a brand new site from scratch, and I haven't sort of tinkered with my website in ages. I do really enjoy it, so it'd be nice to get stuck in and try and make things a bit more custom and stuff. So that was nice, so stay tuned for that. That was rad.com is in the chat as well, so thank you sir, you're amazing as always, and thank you to everyone in the chat. It's always lovely to see you stopping by. Thank you very much. Hopefully this camera doesn't auto turn itself off now. I think I did the settings right, so fingers crossed. If it cuts out black, then you will know why. But let's jump into what we wanted to talk about. So it was actually a tweet from someone, and I can't remember. That was it. They sent me a really kind message saying that they used to follow my work about 10-15 years ago, and they hadn't followed me since. And they said, have you got any links to any of that work that was maybe in that era 15 or so years ago? And I was like, I don't think so. And then I just did a bit of digging, and then I realised, yes, of course I do. Flickr holds it all. Flickr was a great place. It is where I met my good friend James White, so my Hussermania brother, Signal Noise. We met on Flickr. I met a lot of awesome people on Flickr over the years, and it's a great. It was just a great platform for obviously it was all about art. It was all about creativity, and yeah, it was just a great space. It had a really active community, which made a huge difference. You would upload something, and you would just have people chatting to you about it, and it just was a great way to, build your work, build a portfolio, build your confidence, build your network. It was awesome. And so I discovered, looking back, that actually kind of all my work of sort of 15 years or so plus is all on here. So I wanted to have a little dig through, if you'll allow me to be so indulgent, and maybe just tell the stories of some of these projects. These are all passion projects. These are all personal things. Some stuff was for commission, actually straight away. Both of these things here. So the flaming kitten in a skull was actually the reason I went to Aardman. It was for a project called Formations, and it was run by Channel 4, the TV channel, who wanted to create an online portal for animation. And so Aardman's fledgling interactive department got the job, and I was brought on board as the senior designer to make all the stuff, basically make all the digital pretty stuff, working with the team, and yeah, it was super fun. We got to design the website, we got to design sort of the characters and the idents, and just have a lot of fun with it. And we even made a really wonky shonky promo video as well, where we tried to sort of get a real cat to sit in a big plastic skull, and it was not having any of it. So we just made that the film, that the cat wouldn't sit in the skull. Cats being cats, you know. So I've got fond memories of looking back at the little cat guy and all of the funny, silly things that we did. And I think I was into After Effects a little bit at the time as well. So I was doing bits of animation and motion graphicsy stuff as well. And yeah, that was ace. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I remember sort of flapping the wings and doing the laser shoots. So this was 12, 13 years ago. So that was a lovely thing to get into. Shout out to the chat. Oh, Vonnie is here, Mark is here, Bell13 is here, Aaron is here, that was rad.com is here, Phoenix Studios, Reese is here, Ricey is here, One Orange Koala, Chloe is here. Oh, A Night's Temper is here. Oh, everyone's here. Everyone's here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. I hope you're good. So this next stuff here, this 50/50 stuff. So good friends of mine, Danny and Sid, run a skate store called 50/50 in Bristol. Bit of a Bristol skateboard institution. It's it's been, the shop's been around for a very long time, and they're awesome. Oh, and we got a follow as well, Nemo Rodriguez. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're good. Tyrell FM is here. Grant M is here. Let's Bronk is here. It is popping off. It is popping off. Tyrell FM has just followed. Oh, it's blowing up. Hi everyone. Hope you're good. So if you've just joined, I was just explaining that you are kindly indulging me going down the rabbit hole of old personal work that I had on Flickr, which is what we're on from the last, I don't know, this is somewhere between 12 and 15 years ago. Everyone's here. This is all very exciting. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, so sorry, this is 50/50. It's a logo that I did for them for their new store. I think yeah, they moved store down to from Pot Row, which is where me and Rich Thorne, so our guest on a previous live stream, Rich T, me and Rich lived together about 5 minutes from, not even 5 minutes, 30 seconds from 50/50, which was great and dangerous because you'd spend all your time in there and spend all your money on skateboard stuff. And then they then moved to a much bigger place at the bottom of Park Street, opposite where the Banksy is, where, you know, the guy's hanging outside the window with no clothes on, opposite that. So yeah, I ended up doing their logo for their sort of rebrand that came out when they moved store. And Grant is subscribed to Tier 1. Oh, thank you, Grant. Big ups your bad self. That is very, very kind. Thank you very much. Oh, flipping heck. Considering that I just came to... And Colsey is here as well. Thank you for the follow. Flipping heck. Considering I only logged on about 13 minutes ago and was in a panic trying to get the camera ready and trying to get everything good. Thank you for everyone showing up. No way! And Grant is gifting people. He's just gifted a sub to A Night's Temper. Oh, Grant M, you are too kind. That is awesome. Oh, very, very cool. Subscriptions, gifting. Wow, it's popping off on a Tuesday. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I'm all giddy. So yeah, so this was the logo that we did for that. That was really fun, and it was I think I did a bit of motion graphics as well in Flash. I seem to remember I made the logo write itself in Flash and just had to do it frame by frame, masking it, because I didn't know how to do it a better way. And we then projected it. We hung a projector in the window, projecting opposite where the Banksy now is, and had big 50/50 logo looping. And you know, it was a great way to just one of those things where, yeah, I want to make the graphics, we want to make the t-shirts, want to do the motion graphic, you know, just want to make a thing of it. I'm a big fan of 50/50 and, you know, what they mean for the skateboard community. So it was an honour to be a part of it. And then here we've got a right old mix of stuff. The thing top left is a series of avatars that I was commissioned to do for Real Mac Software. Real Mac Software played a huge part in my freelance career. They kindly gave me all sorts of different work. I originally joined them, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune, says Aaron. I originally joined them as a sort of digital designer, designing some templates for them for their oh man, what was their software called? Real Mac. It was a website template building software. It's totally escaped my memory. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I basically wrote, designed a bunch of themes for them, and then I just showcased and shared with them the other things that I did of character design and illustration and typography and all of that stuff. And it just grew and grew from there. So then they commissioned me to make avatars of everyone in their team. And then they became their Rapid Weaver. Yes, Mark in the chat knows. Hello, Mark. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you for stopping by for the first time. Yes, Rapid Weaver. I started with templates for Rapid Weaver and then moved on to other things, and yeah, they really, you know, that was so kind of them. I'm so grateful to them, because that really made a big boost in the kind of work that I was making, but also you know, in terms of confidence as well, that they were the first people that let me bring the stuff that I was excited at and making in my own time into the day job, into the profession. So massive thank you to them. And then next to that is a vinyl toy custom. I haven't done any vinyl toy customs for ages, because I just get very frustrated with my hands-on skills, and I just couldn't. I got frustrated, but I did sort of do quite a few toy customs and stuff when different shows would happen, and I'd happily get involved and try and make it happen. And so I was always trying to show and share what I could do. And then carrying on the show theme, there was some sort of pencil drawing-y, painty print things that I did for an exhibition in Belfast, and that exhibition turned out to be an absolute nightmare. We got stuck, me and Robbie, my friend Robbie, were both going to Belfast for this show, and we got stuck in the airport for 9 hours on the hottest day of the year, and it was unbearably hot in Bristol Airport, and it was before Bristol got expanded, so it was really tiny, and basically we missed all of the show, we missed everything, we just turned up way too late, and then we just had to come home again the next morning. It was a nightmare, but we did manage to get these pieces up. I mean, look, I've got the flipping, it's V for Vendetta mask, so it's called V, I can tell that, you know, because I loved the graphic novel V, but now it's just it just looks like I've just done some anonymous fan art. Oh, it actually says, always loved your vinyl work. Oh, thank you very much. That's really kind of you. But Belfast Airport is the worst without the heat. Without the heat, yeah. Yeah, it was just tiny airport to tiny airport. And then moving on to some digital work. So this, oh, good old skeuomorphic design. So what my bread and butter was digital design, was web design. That's what, when I was a freelancer, paid the bills and was my main earner. And this is the website from my good friend Mr. Jago, who is an awesome artist. He is the reason that I originally moved to Bristol in the first place, because I was a big fan of his work, and he was actually doing some work in Leicester, where I'm originally from, and a mutual friend introduced us, and I said, oh, I love your work, can I make a website for you for free? And he said, yeah, of course you can. And it's like, you know, come to Bristol and let's have a chat properly. And so I moved down to Bristol, came down to Bristol to have a meeting with him, and fell in love with the city and thought it was awesome. And yeah, and then ended up moving. And so the first website was a separate thing, and then this was his second website, and he wanted it all based on kind of those binoculars that are in Star Wars in the first one, those sort of digital readout display. So this was all done in Flash with a bit of HTML. I think the menu was Flash. Those icons bottom left would all move and animate. So I was doing lots of Flash animation stuff. Even he just let me credit it here in the bottom left. It says Jago Robotics Corp, Jam Factory Systems Inc. You know, I'm still a huge fan of Jago, of Duncan. I love his work. It's absolutely stunning. What you can't see right behind this streaming camera is a beautiful big painting that was payment for making this website. No, that the painting was payment for the first website. For the second website, I got paid in a beautiful big silk, and I was more than happy with that. That was absolutely I would love a piece of Jago. So we've got two Jago originals, which are wonderful things. So yeah, I big ups to Jago. Here you can see it on the left. We sort of using a light box. Remember when light box were exciting? You have a pop-up and it would animate and transition between different images. And that's an example of one of his silks there, which is really nice. So yeah, big ups to Jago for sort of those opportunities. And then just moving on to some vector logo and character stuff. There was a short-lived vinyl toy store in Birmingham called Go Go Plastic, and I did their logo and their mascot for them for a short time. It didn't really live for too long. It sort of just went away, but that was really fun to do, and you can sort of clearly tell my influences of 123 Clan and Designers Republic of very thick, heavy vectors and semi-illegible type. It was nice. It was fun. Really, really nice to do. And then the same with Big Spoon. Big Spoon was like a short-lived venture between myself and a friend, Alex Evelino, who's a Colombian sculptor. He made the Shirley Creamhorn vinyl toys that I designed and he produced. We sort of put them out under the label of Big Spoon. I can't remember why we called it Big Spoon, just thought it was fun. And so just got to make a logo and a character, and again, just making stuff exist for the sake of existing is great. Why would you not want to do that? So that was a big motivator. A lot, you know, you get one idea and then you try and spin it off and just make things happen just because you can. That was right, nice. Aha, we're moving on to some droplets, but here on the left is another avatar for one of the Real Mac team. Little Danny he was called, I think, because he was the most junior member of the team, but now he's probably 35, 40, so he's not a junior anymore. And then here, that is the box, the case box design from Droplets, and Droplets are a vinyl toy that I had the pleasure of designing and making with Crazy Label back in 2007, maybe. This is an old dusty one. This was one of these vinyl toys. So this was a Droplet. That was series 1. And that was just lush because I got to design all the box art, the packaging, and the promotional material, and it was just absolutely blew my mind that I had a physical toy. I'd grown up absolutely loving toys, hence why me having, you know, just going back and collecting all of these things and, you know, I'm fascinated by these gorgeous things that just have so much sort of play and sort of character attached to them, these sort of physical manifestations. So for me to have my own toy was incredible. Oh, a Nice Temper says I've still got my orange series 2 droplet on my desk. And oh, it actually says I still have my droplets. Oh, thank you both. That's really kind of you to have them. I love oh, sorry, I'm all over the place today. Just seen that Jimmy LaRogue has just followed. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Very kind of you. I'm sorry if I mash everyone's names. It's really hard reading out avatars, right? You always get it wrong. I get everyone must just cringe when you hear me absolutely mashing it. I apologise. So yeah, so they were Droplets, a series of vinyl toys, and I think they'll pop up more as I scroll through the feed. And some more skateboard stuff. Not only did I love making vinyl toys, and I still do love making skateboards as well. They're such a special shape. They've got such a gorgeous form to them, you know, the sort of concave nature, and you know, just the thickness and the solidity of them. They feel really special, and so any opportunity I would get to design a skateboard, I would. And so this is a sort of a special redone version of something that I already designed. So when 50/50 was celebrating its 10-year anniversary, which, yeah, would have been about 15 years ago now, I was lucky enough to design one of the boards, and it was all based on time. So I did this cuckoo clock illustration of a cuckoo clock with all of these skateboard related bits in. And then I think as a present to the owners, Danny and Sid, I then got a laser engraved version made for them as a gift that hung in the store. So that was really, really nice to get. We had these tiny little details here, like my little factory icon in the middle of the grip tape. Here you go. Here's some more of the Droplet stuff. Just got to write all the copy as well on the boxes. That was really nice, and because we knew that we were having taken 1st of April 2008, because we knew we were having so the things themselves were glossy, wanted a bit of spot UV, so all of the illustration stuff has got spot UV on it, and then we had sort of the brown cardboard to sort of offset that and juxtapose that. It's just lovely having all of those oops, why does it jump you back? All of those little details and stuff, and it was just so exciting seeing these things come to life and be real. We had a launch show. I am going to do a whole separate stream on on the launches of droplets and stuff, because it was such a special process. But yeah, I got to have a 2008, the launch of Droplet Series 1, 2nd of May 2008. Wow. And we had a little show of people who had painted white versions, little blank versions, and it was the first chance that people could go and buy the toys as well. And we had this little launch, and oh man, it was awesome. It was awesome. And seeing the names here on the flyer of awesome people that gave me their time and energy, and their kindness, and it was awesome. It was so awesome. It really fills me with joy. Vonnie says, vinyl toy tutorial stream, let's go. Yes, that is a great idea. Yeah, I will. I definitely am. Although I'm as stuck as anyone else as to how you then make toys, because it's getting more and more difficult and more expensive. But we can work it out together. We can work it out together. There are some great people. There's some awesome people making vinyl toys. And I shared this on the last stream, but I love it so much I want to do it again. This Play Dude and Blast Skates collaboration is just, I mean, look at it. Look at his little face. Super good. So there's awesome people making killer toys, for sure. For sure. But yeah, that was Droplets. I mean, look, I'd clearly gone a bit mad. Textures and repeating patterns. I went crazy for this stuff. I went crazy for sort of illustrative gothic tattoo culture typography, and then just going a bit mad with wooden textures and fake bevel and emboss. Everyone remembers that period, right? Everyone does remember that? Yeah, good. It's not just me. It's not just me. More. There you go. Look, more. I can't get enough of it. Gothic tattoo text. I mean, I had quite a few tattoos back then, but I think even more so, I really am fascinated by the culture. There's that awesome documentary, The Run Up, that I reference an awful lot. That it was a real inspiration on me, and the section with Mr. Cartoon talking about his own tattoo work, but his work ethic and his drive, and the fact that he says that he had to work 20 years with people not caring about him, and it only then, after 2 decades, did he become more well known and did his work go forwards. That I always found really, really heartwarming and really motivational. That you think, okay, this guy that is so, so ahead in his field had to not wait, but had to put in that much energy and work to even begin that kind of journey that you know him for now. I always found that really, really, really inspirational. Really, just a great story to hear. And so then we've got some more vector stuff here. I think that was a logo for Friend. I was really into jumping around with different styles, from vector stuff and just playing with all sorts of different stuff. Oh, we've got some other stuff here. I'm just catching up on the chat as well. Putty CAD, Puttycad. Hi, just saw you on recommendations. No way, thank you. Remember seeing your stuff on Twitter years ago on a different account now, so just followed. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Common is just here. Puttycad is here. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Oh, thank you for stopping by, everyone. It's really, really kind of you. So if you're just joining, I'm basically going down the rabbit hole of old work from about 15 or so years ago, and sort of telling the stories of where it all came from. And everything in this period was pretty much when I worked for myself, when I was a freelance a digital designer, doing illustration, photography, typography, filmmaking, animation, everything in my own time to try and get that in the day job, which I'm incredibly lucky to have now. Now I'm a director and a designer for Aardman, and a director and a designer in my own time. I feel so fortunate that by doing those things during the evening, that's allowed that over time to come into the day, which is just awesome. Freelance life, says Let's Brock. Yes, yeah, I did freelance for about 5 years, about 4 or 5 years, and then I joined Armin, and I loved it. I did really love it, but I just did not get the balance right. I was all over the shop, going to bed way too late, just burning myself out. But I felt like it was really important to do that, to learn, to learn where the edges are, what you can and can't do. Yeah, so here we go, more stuff. So the Boardroom Skate Park was a skate park in Leicester, and did their branding for them, and so did these geometric blocks. Now I do that straight in 3D. I think I do that straight in Cinema 4D, but that was all in Illustrator, making the B and the R out of different blocks and stuff. And So yes, I did that for them, and I did a lot of drawing and painting and canvases, and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with what I draw like. I wish I could draw differently to how I do, but I can't. I really can't. I've tried and tried and tried, but yeah, I sort of, sometimes I make peace with it and sometimes I don't. You know, I, like anyone, you look at everyone else's work and you think, man, that's so good, man, that's this, man, that's amazing, why can't I do this, why can't I do that? But you know, I've been lucky enough that on occasion people sort of paid commissions for me to draw and paint stuff, which always blew my mind back then, blows my mind now, because I don't really profess that as one of my main skills. I do draw for my job, of course, but in a different way. You know, the sketches and the doodles and the drawings are more the basis for then digital work or 3D work or 2D work. But yeah, I still do love drawing and painting. Just I need to get over that frustration. But then I was doing a lot of vector back then as well, a lot more than ever really. I think this was my prime vector period. I do. Just in the chat, Tour de Phrase, hello Tour de Phrase, says, Yo Gav, do you think designers all go through a stage where their work is almost illegible because it fits their own interests and styles they wish to explore? Yeah, I do. And funnily enough, so I'm getting into the world of crypto art and NFT, non-fungible tokens, digital work that is ownable and what's the best way to describe it because I don't understand it? It is... I've totally lost the words. But anyway, in the world of crypto art, I'm going back to being a bit more experimental, making work that I purely want to make for me, because it is a personal expression. I think because I've always been in the world of graphic design, I'm always just slightly got my eye on, well, it needs to be legible for these different reasons. It needs to say the message that the client needs it to, or it needs to alert the viewer to a certain thing. You know, it always has that connotations. But in my personal stuff, yeah, I think definitely I was always trying to push it and just to do the stuff that made me happy, I guess. And I think everyone does that. I think everyone flips between it. That's why I personally love the thing of having a full-time job for the full-time artwork. You know, the work that needs creative for that is the work that needs creative for that. And then in my own time, I can do everything and anything that I like, and there is no rules and there is no rhyme or reason. So I'm always really excited by that, really, and just having those two outlets, because then those outputs do then cross over together, which is awesome. Phoenix Studios, Greg in the chat says, what's your favorite piece of old work? That's a really good question, Greg. I don't know, you know. I mean, some of this stuff doesn't make me cringe too bad. I think I don't cringe too much because it's all the sum total of its parts. I had to do all of this to get into a job that I love and I'm very proud to have now. None of that I have now would exist without doing all of this. And I had to make to get better, to learn. And I'm still exactly the same now. I have to continue to make, to keep up with people. You know, the industry in all sorts of different ways, in all sorts of creative areas, is moving at such a pace. People are just making stunning things in all different mediums. And kind of if you stop for a minute, it's very easy to get left behind. So I still hopefully am executing the same ethos now as I did back then. So none of this embarrasses me. I mean, I'm very proud of Droplets. I'm very proud of everything that went with that. You know, it was a character, and then it was the character turned into a toy, and then got to do the packaging and launch events, and you know, it's nice. It's nice having the story behind that. I think, whether or not, I don't think it's my best work. It's very simplistic, you know, with how they grew and changed. You know, they're very, very simple toys. I am a huge admirer of other people's work who do very detailed, intricate, beautiful sculpting. But yeah, kind of how it grew and what it turned into was something I was really, really proud of. And then we've got some more things. I used to do this thing called Free Art Friday, right? Where, and these drawings I don't mind too much. I would get this big, thick foam board, 3 mil thick foam board, and would draw and doodle characters on them, usually in gold or black, and then I would cut them out, and every Friday I'd just go and put them out and just tag it Free Art Friday, and tag them in different places around the city, and put them on Flickr and say, it's yours, go and get it. That was really fun. That was kind of a way for me to learn to get better at drawing, really, and to just try and push past it and just Reese in the chat says, I have #1 of Free Art Friday. No way. No way. That's amazing. I don't have any myself. I just would doodle and draw, and it was a way to get better, try and get better. It was a way. I live with Rich T at this point, and Rich is an awesome illustrator and artist, and I was very much and am a fan of how he draws. So I sort of tried to use that, motivation to do it, and it was just a way for me to get better and just to get. You're only going to get better by improving and doing it more and more and more. So yeah. Oh, Reese says that it's on his desk stuck to his pen pot. No way, that's so cool, Reese. That's amazing. That's another vinyl toy custom. This was a toy by High Calorie, the group was, and I can't remember what it looked like originally. It's actually an octopus. You turn it upside down. So I turned it upside down and then drilled some holes in it and made it a strawberry. So it's, again, on my stuff's very, very simple, and I'm not the best, but it was fun just to try and do me best. Do me best, Oh yes, so that's a great, fantastic interjection there, Tour de Fraz. We have a great Discord. We have a Discord called The Happy Place, and it is an intentional place where it's just happy. A place to get away from the horrors of the internet. It is just a Discord server where we're all pretty much, most of us are creatives and people working from home or working during the day, and it's a place where we all just text chat as we're working, sharing positive, great, fun, nice things to do. The link to it is in the is on the page of Twitch, but also if you type !Discord in the chat right now, it should give you the link as well. So do come and join us. And on that note, I think we should have an intermission, don't you?
Why should it be hard? 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 Why should it be hard?
Silly, 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 silly. Thanks for the indulgence, as always, on this silly old bit of nonsense. You're too kind. Right, what else we got on this list, eh? More strawberries. Back to the world of droplets I see that we have here. So I was basically charting the progress as things as things happened, basically. And this was one of the first sculpts that I got from Crazy Label, Andy at Crazy Label, the people who physically made the toy. And it was awesome seeing this. This was basically the master sort of shape for the finished toy that turned into droplets. And I just love it in bronze as well. I don't know what that material is, but it's lush. And so that was really nice, sort of seeing this progress, and then I could share that. I could share the progress on Flickr as it was going. I don't think Twitter didn't exist, but Instagram definitely didn't. So it was a bit of a different way to sort of share the process. So it was, again, I've always tried to use as many different social media platforms as possible to, I love what I do, and I feel very fortunate to do it, and I enjoy sharing it as well, hence Twitch as well. So it's always been nice just sort of meeting new people and building relationships with people on the platforms and stuff. So yeah, it's really it's always been fun. Another bit of free art there in different places, more boardroom stuff, and then here's some more stuff. I started to get more illustration work as well. Every now and then, just on Jam Factory, my website, I would just get cool things pop up out of nowhere, really, and that was ace. And you never know where this stuff is going to come from, and I try and live by that a lot, because you really never know what's behind the next email. It may be bad, but it also may be good, and you kind of can't. It's really easy to get sucked into worrying and wondering what other people are doing, and looking at other opportunities people have, but then you don't know what's around the corner for you, and all you can do to sort of pass that time and to not worry about what may or may not happen is make stuff, do stuff, because you are only as good as your last piece of work. And it was just so I just would pump stuff out and just learn and grow, and doing the same now. I'm really enjoying just making all sorts of different things, really, because you never know what's around the corner. And so this Power to the Pen Holders here on the left and the Careless Clicks Cost Lives, they were actually commissions by a Singaporean design agency that had this huge, I can't remember exactly what it was because it was quite a long time ago, but basically they printed my two pieces on huge boards, sort of like bigger than A0, maybe 8 foot tall. They were in this big plaza in Singapore, and I just remember at the time thinking, no way, I didn't know that. You don't think or know that anyone is looking at your stuff, especially on the internet. It's just out there, and that's also the joy, right? It's just you make and you create and you put it in a place, and it's always best to assume no one knows or cares. You just are making it because you believe in it, and it's something that makes your heart sing, so you put it out there. But then sometimes when you do get those connections, when someone says, oh, I saw that and I like what you do, do you want to do this together? That is always a joy. That's so special. So when that opportunity happened, it was just mind-blowing. I went to Singapore last year for a talk as well, and totally forgot about that connection. I should have tried to seek out the space where it was, but it was that was a huge deal to me. Just very cool to be out there in that world, in a totally different place that I'd never been before. Very special. And then here is more stuff for Real Mac here. This was a t-shirt for Real Mac. They had a show in London, and so I got to make graphics for that. Here, just underneath it, we got to do more avatars for the different people in the team. So that was really nice, sort of running with that theme. More examples of free art popping out on the streets. And then I would do little tiny canvases, and hello Stu, Stu is late. Stu, it is late, everybody. It's almost like you have an excuse because it's very late or very early where you are in Australia, but we'll let you off because you're a wonderful human. Hello Stu. Yeah, it's all sorts of different stuff. And so at this time I was really into a lot of gloss. I like putting gloss on everything. I quite like this one. Was it a little one? Oh, it was a little one. Vivorn, the travelling Vordell villain who don't give a flying fudge, you ain't not feeling him. Watch what you're dealing him. Ace King Death Guard. I was really into a lot of MF Doom and Victor Vaughan back then, so I think I made everything was essentially fan art for MF Doom. Business cards, because back when people used business cards, I used to love any excuse. I would redesign my business cards all the time, and basically I'd only ever give out about 4, and then I'd have a stack that I would never use, and then I'd just want to just discard them and do something else. Like, that's just fun, right? Just kind of making stuff and allowing yourself to get excited and to make. It means I'm not consistent, and it means that I'm a little bit all over the shop, but it's also nice just running with that feeling. I find that super fun. More free art. There you go, MF Doom inspired with a Doom mask. Some laser engraved stuff as well, yeah, just more sort of skateboards. That was just a test, I think. That was a bit of a test graphic for something that never materialized. But that was really fun. I think I just loved the power of vector. I just loved making everything in vector with having it being infinitely scalable and can apply it to lots of different things. That was really, really fun. Got commissions for different things as well. So at this point, these were t-shirts for New Bamboo, a web team, I think based down in London, and that was great. I think I designed a bit of a logo for them, but then it grew into a print ad, and got to design the print ad and the banners, and just fun. Just, you know, these were just great opportunities, and just, you know, these were clients as well, but these people were just allowing me to do character stuff and illustration, and that was when it started breaking out. I think from my digital design stuff, it then grew into all the other aspects of creativity that I wanted to do. This is a right throwback in time. This is a collaboration live art wall. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. 2007, 13 years ago. On the left, that is my good friend Norm Hayes, who also goes by the name of Waste Studio, who is an incredible graphic designer, but also an incredible artist. And then on the right is me, and this was a club. Was it a club? Yeah, a club in Leicester, and we were painting this wall. And I remember being sick as a dog. I was absolutely ridden with the flu, but I was really excited to do this, and I just remember feeling awful, and the second we'd finished, I had to go home and collapse. That's my overarching memory of that time, of just feeling super sick and horrible. But it was great, you know. Again, it was like I felt like an imposter just because I draw a certain rubbish way. You know, I loved Norm's stuff. His stuff is very much influenced by the kind of grotesque sort of 70s Americana sort of style, sort of rap thing, that kind of world, and all of that, in like Toxic Crusaders and all the good stuff. So I was always jealous of his style. I always felt basic, but it was great. It's great to do it with him, and me and Norm are super close friends ever since as well, which is great. Here you go. There's some more color sheets from the original droplets, 2007 as well. These were the different names. They're originally named after toys. They are toys. After sweets. After sort of going to proper sweet shops and finding nice colours and all of that good stuff. So it's really nice looking back and all of that. There's a panda holding a ruby. I think because New Bamboo was coded on Rails, so somehow I shoehorned in a panda holding a rail. Plastic and Plush, Brian, what's up? Thank you for joining us. You've got some of those toys, mate. You are the king of toys. Oh, that was a flyer I helped design with my good buddy James Klinger, Klingertron. Klinger had an exhibition of his awesome stencil artwork back at workshops. So I would throw my hands into everything and anything, basically. This was really special. It's also funny looking back at, you can tell sort of when something was by the tattoos that I have. So back then I didn't have, now I've got a few, and back then I just had a little jam factory on the wrist. So it's nice looking back. And that was the skateboard that I designed for 50/50 to celebrate their 10 years. And I don't think I'd designed a skateboard before. I'd always wanted to. And it just meant so much. I'm, you know, massive respect for 50/50, Danny and Sid, and I started becoming part of a world that I was a big fan of, and I wanted to be a part of. Just, you know, the skateboard world and the creative world. And my move to Bristol back then would sort of changed everything for me, really, because I met like-minded people. I met people who were doing all sorts of different things. all sorts of different creatives, and just like with the drawing and the character stuff and the painting and all of that, give me the confidence to just do it, to just try. Again, you're only going to get better by doing it over and over and over again. So these are really fond memories. Stu says, God damn it, I need to get out of Australia. Oh mate, is there not much of a creative community where you are? Which is so funny, because you look at Stu's work on Twitter or Insta. What you make, Stu, is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. And that's what people see. So you go, Stu's got it dialed, because you're making beautiful things. And it's funny how you don't always know the full story behind people. So to us, that doesn't look like you're missing that creative connection. But you are. There's so much more to that. But when we see your output, your creative output, everyone goes, oh, it's beautiful. Which is great. So it's interesting to see what goes on behind the scenes of someone's creative life versus how people are feeling and where they can go and what they can do, and what the opportunities that leads to. And for me, it was moving to Bristol, in the UK. It really made a big difference. Just the connections, just the people that I met it was super, super special. Here's some close-ups of the board, different aspects of it. It's just great. Oh yeah, because we could do as much as possible. Got to design the t-shirts as well, and just making it all just trying to make it grow and share and just make the most of every opportunity. So I thought, God, I'm so stoked to have a skateboard. It'd be great if we could do some t-shirts as well. Oh, Phoenix Studios is off. Right, got to go prepare for my stream later. You should all go and follow Phoenix Studios, of course. See you guys. Keep on rocking. Jam Factory Live. Thank you, Greg. Awesome. I will tune into your stream later on tonight, my good man. Yeah, so it was just really nice seeing all of this stuff grow. All of these things grow. And even things like this here. So there's some more Real Mac software-y stuff. And then there's some behind the scenes things of Crazy Label having their toy show on display and using some of my graphic-y stuff as well. And just sort of this is as much an archive for me of sort of my just where things have gone and how far it can take you. Oh, there are some skateboards here down below, so that kind of led to a bit of a, like anything, you show people that you can do this thing and then they know that you can do it. It's obviously we're all visually led. And so by then I had some skateboards under my belt. These were different collaborations with different companies. These weren't skate companies, these were companies making skateboards, and there is a bit of a difference, if that makes sense. But the one on the right, the Forever Summer, actually that was the very first skateboard I ever designed for a skate store in California called Forever Summer. And I have no idea how they found me. They kindly did. This was probably back in the MySpace days. It was that long ago, and I don't know how they found me. We've never spoken since. I was just stoked. I was just so stoked to have a skateboard and see where it goes. Tour de France says, are there any things in design that have either just disappeared or looked outdated that you miss? I don't know. See, I'm a big fan of trends as well. People get so snobby about trends. Trends are fun. They're fun to learn. And especially, I think, as a commercial creative, they're also useful to know because your clients might ask you for it. So there's absolutely no harm in being able to sort of evoke a similar thing. Why not? It doesn't matter. If you don't like what you're doing, do something else later on if you can find the time, sort of thing. So I like going down trends, and it's also fun looking back. I try not to dismiss, really. They're all just time signatures, aren't they? They're time stamps. Two people saying skeuomorphism. I miss skeuomorphism, and the reason why is at least it had a bit of texture, it had a little bit of something. I know people go, oh yeah, but why are you trying to make it look like leather? It's not leather. Yeah, but it's fun. I would argue the internet now is boring. Web design is boring. It's so dull. Everything looks the same. It's homogenized. I kind of miss that. I miss the weird stuff. I miss the hard to read stuff. I miss things like, yeah, K10K and Too Advanced and all, yeah, bring back Flash websites. Basically, I kind of miss that era of it was difficult to use. And I get it. We've had mass adoption of technology and everyone needs to be able to use a website. But back then, back 10, 15 years ago, you had to work hard to find anything. And I think I missed that. I think I just missed the individuality. And not to get me wrong, there is still great stuff in all formats and all genres. Of course there is. But I do miss the weirdness and the individuality of stuff, really. So yeah, nothing is wrong. Nothing is you know, people should use any different style. But I did like the Wild West of website design, as Tour de France says. Yeah, absolutely. I kind of missed that. And I'm just going to end, I think, on just some t-shirts. Oh, if you just want to just get your work out there, just make t-shirts. I just would make, and I still do try and make t-shirts for absolutely any and every reason, even though no one buys them. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Side note, that was rad.com, says UX designers, me, have ruined everything. Yes, you've ruined it. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. Just break it all. Or maybe it starts with you, that was rad.com. Maybe you just start making some super weird UX decisions and just start telling people, no, this is how people behave. You can be the catalyst for change. You can make it just mad. Otekers, hello Otekers, says, this is a good question. What's happiness to you, Gavin? Oh, that's a good question, isn't it? That is a very good question. I think, I mean, it's on many different, happiness is many different things, isn't it? Of course, it's health and it's safety and it's security and it's family. It's, you know, knowing that my family is safe and happy and well and all of that. And that's kind of like life. But I also think that, for me, sort of creatively, it's being able to jump around and to just play and experiment. Like, I genuinely get like a fuzzy feeling in my tummy, and I don't want to go to bed when I've sort of found a new technique, or just when you get in that zone. I just love making something, knowing that I can make something. Oh, the camera's given up. The camera has given up. Oh. We had a good run. We had a good run, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is where we need to leave it. Oh no. Oh dear. Well, I'm gonna have to discover how to make it not overheat after an hour. But we had a good run, didn't we? I'm still looking at the camera. I don't know why. You can't see me. It's just a black hole, isn't it? Anyway, it's time to go anyway. It's 2 o'clock. Thank you all so much for joining in. It's always a pleasure. You are lovely human beings. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Grant M, for kindly subbing, gifting a sub. That's very, very kind of you. You're all wonderful. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for everything. Thank you for tuning in, and have a lovely rest of the day. I'll be back on Thursday for another lunchtime stream. Thank you, everyone. See you later. Ta-ta.